Directed by Gavin O'Connor, starring Ben Affleck, Anna Kendrick, and J.K. Simmons, The Accountant is an action movie that's really a complex drama focusing on relationships and a protagonist who deals with a lot of difficulties. Now, to give you a little idea of the premise, the accountant, played by Ben Affleck, is a man who suffers from a mild form of autism that makes it very hard for him to associate with people like in a regular manner, but he's incredibly well-tuned to mathematic problems, all those solving puzzles, that sort of thing, and so he's an incredible accountant. Now, he's not just a CPA accountant, okay? He handles the accounts of, drug dealers, drug lords, terrorists, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, he's a big deal, smart guy. People pay him a lot of money. Now, I don't want to spoil any of the plot for you, but I will say that at some point he does come in contact with Anna Kendrick's character, who's a very funny character. She offers a lot of comedic relief in this movie, and she offers the humanity to this, basically, robot. At least that's how Ben Affleck appears to the rest of the world because, again, his autism is a hindrance. But enough with the details. Let me just get straight to the point. The Accountant. One of my favorite movies of the year. Let's talk about why. Number one has got to be the performances. Ben Affleck is incredible in this movie. He is really, really electric. I mean, he's subtle as well. He's got kind of quiet performance, but it is perfect. It is right on the mark. Right on the mark. Also, Anna Kendrick is quite good. She is exactly what she needs to be. She offers comedic relief, she's an interesting character, and she has excellent chemistry with Ben Affleck. And of course, Jon Bernthal is just awesome, because he's Jon Bernthal. We saw him in The Punisher, saw what he could do there, and again, he's awesome and charismatic in this. And then there's, J.K. Simmons. Parker, I want Spider-Man's costume right up there on that wall so that I can say that the Daily Bugle took down the Spider-Man with nothing but ink and a printer. Of course, he's not J. Jonah Jameson in this. He's actually, much more reserved, much more calm, and he's great. He's excellent. I still want him to be J. Jonah Jameson, though. Now, the second thing I loved about this movie is the story. It's extremely complex, it's interesting, it keeps you on your feet, it's twist-filled, it's absolutely fantastic. Like, you will not be bored as long as you turn on your brain, okay? As long as you turn on this thing, okay? You will not be bored. If you leave this off, you might fall asleep. Just flip it on. Keep it on. And while I really do believe this movie will be listed as an action movie if it comes out on Netflix or whatever, it is very much a complex kind of drama with action in it. But I must say, when the action hits, it really hits. The sound design, like, when shots are fired, they are fired. And you're like... I heard one guy say that this movie is Good Will Hunting meets Jason Bourne because, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck apparently they're best friends, and, in Good Will Hunting, Matt Damon's a genius, and Jason Bourne, he's a badass. And in this movie, it's like compiled together. Ben Affleck is both a genius and a badass at the same time. Booyah! But yeah, extremely entertaining action and story. Never bored. Now, the third thing I loved about this movie has got to be the simple fact that it took its time to get you invested with these characters. It really cared about the fact that, in a lot of movies, you don't really care about the characters. You don't remember their names. And, you could care less if they really die. In this movie, it wanted you to care about them, and you did. And so everything hit harder, everything meant more, and you were emotionally involved. I was getting emotional at the end because it was awesome. And this movie, I'm going to tell you, got really deep. It had a very important message. It was articulated beautifully. It was on the subject of autism and, Asperger's, people with disabilities, that sort of thing, where, our society has this perception that they're somehow lesser than us or to be pitied or something like that. When in reality, they may just be different. That's it. They may just be different. Like in this movie, Ben Affleck's character is extremely socially inadequate. Not good with people, right? But he was a genius when it came to mathematics and precision and all that kind of stuff. I really appreciate that kind of stuff, those kinds of important messages that society needs to hear, because these people who have disabilities are people too. And they may be different, but they're definitely equal. The Accountant was movie magic, guys. I'm going to give The Accountant an A+. Also, guys, I did not get around to reviewing the movie The Girl on the Train, even though I did go and see it. Basically, to all people who read the book or are interested, I had the same view on the movie as I did on the book. It was good. Not good enough, though, for me. It was kind of depressing, and while the book had some lightness to it and there were some characters that were happy, I felt that the movie took out all remnants of happiness or anything, just completely threw it out, and it was a very depressing kind of movie. It was still, it was still semi-entertaining, but overall, I was not too impressed. Now, please tell me, have you seen The Accountant or even The Girl on the Train? If so, comment below and tell me what you think about either of them or both of them. And if you like this video, please like it and subscribe, tell your friends about the channel, yada, yada, yada. And, feel free to either post positive comments about this new look I got going here, or negative comments. I can take it. I look like a pirate. But anyways, yeah, have a good day, and make sure you manage all your accounts. Make sure you have money in the right places so that you don't come in contact with the wrong sort of people, like me.